Brits with a sweet tooth are feeling the pinch even more as chocolate prices in the UK skyrocket at its fastest rate on record. But what's driving the surge and pushing the food inflation to the highest since February 2024?
The increase in food inflation is not unexpected, is the first thing that we have to say. There are a number of factors that have caused it. The big driver this month has been increase in the prices of chocolate, sugar, jam and confectionery. And if we just look at chocolate, the factor that has driven that is an 18% year-on-year increase in the price of cocoa, which is driven by the fact that there's been a poor harvest in the Ivory Coast and in Ghana. Secondly, in the United Kingdom, we've got rising business costs. So since April, we've seen an increase in national insurance contributions, and we've also seen an increase in the minimum wage.
Inflation rate remained at 3.4% in the year to May, still above the Bank of England's 2% target. Food prices rose 4.4% year-on-year in May, marking the third consecutive monthly increase. And chocolate prices jumped 17.7%, the sharpest rise since records began in 2016.
Now, as we see an increase in inflation, the bank has to halt any reductions in interest rates, reformulate its expectations of inflation going forward. So if the bank now comes back in August and says, OK, we can see good reasons as to why inflation might have temporarily increased, and our expectation is that inflation will come within those boundaries between 3 and 1%. Then they might start reducing interest rates because they want to stimulate growth in the economy. But, however, if they come to August and they see inflation remaining stubbornly high, again, they might suspend any decision to cut interest rates until later on in the year, until their expectations of inflation have been reconfirmed, if you like, at the lower level.
Meanwhile, the Bank of England kept interest rates at 4.25%, citing concerns over the escalating conflict in the Middle East. What happens in the Middle East no longer stays in the Middle East. Rising geopolitical tensions are pushing up oil prices, fueling inflation and affecting rate decisions in the UK. Now, all eyes are on the Bank of England's next meeting in August to see if it will be cutting rates. Tulay Kalyon Haznedaroglu, Theatre World, London.